All right, everybody, we are back again with a simultaneous equation. So simultaneous equation, we learned that simultaneous equation, we can either use an elimination method in solving the question, or we can use substitution method. So I'm going to show you all the methods of solving simultaneous equation. So the first example, I'm showing you how to tackle the simultaneous equation using elimination method. So using elimination method is a way of eliminating one variable so that we can work with one variable to find the other value of other variable, right? So eliminating, it means that the first equation here will multiply by the coefficient of the last equation, then the last equation will multiply by the coefficient of what? Of the first equation. This is how we do it. Let's multiply the first term by 3 here, then the last term by 5. These are the constants, the coefficients of x that I've told you how the way to apply, right? So this 3 times 5 we get a 15x, then 3 times plus 2 here, 2y here, we get a what? We get a plus 6y. Then this 3 times this one we get a minus 6. Right, then 5 times this one will get a 15x again, then 5 times minus 5 will get a minus 25y, which is equal to 5 times this other whole number, we get a number which is 87, right? We get an 87, right? This is what it is, right? So now we can subtract this level. It means that we have to subtract this whole term to eliminate what? To eliminate the x, right? So this x is eliminated. So this 6 minus 25, it means that if you have subtraction sign, it means that we are adding our numbers, right? It means that we are adding our numbers because this subtraction sign is affecting this other one. So 6 minus 25 we get a 31y, which is equal to minus 6 minus 87. We add, then we take the sign of a we take the sign of a bigger number. So this minus 6 minus 87, we get a minus 93. Minus 93 is our answer. To find the value of y, we divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 31. So the value of y for this one is equal to minus 3. Since now we have the value for y, which is minus 3, we go back to our equation. Then we take either the first equation or the second equation. So now here we want to use the first equation to place the value for y. So we rewrite the first equation, which is 5x plus 2y is equal to minus 2. Then wherever we see this y, we are now putting the value of y that we have found. This becomes 5x, which is equal to 5x, let's say 5x plus 2y. 5x plus 2y, the y is equal to minus 3. So 5x plus 2 times minus 3 is equal to minus 2. This is now in equation 5x, which is equal to minus 6. All right, minus 6 is equal to minus 2. Then we add the 6 to both sides of the equation, right? So now here we find that 5x again will be equal to minus 2 plus 6. Minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 4 here. Though, so our x will be equal to we divide both sides by 5, then our x be equal to 4 over 5, right? This is our answer for the x, right? Since it is our answer for the x, now we can write the answer here. Right? This our answer for y is equal to minus 3, or for x and x, y and x, right? We need a value for y and the value for x. The value for x is 4 over 5. This is our value for x. We can either write it as a decimal. It means that 4 over 5 is equal to 0.8.
Method of substitution. The substitution method is either we have to substitute for the value of a or substitute for the value of y. Substitute for the value of x or substitute for the value of y. So now I want to use the first equation to substitute for the value of y. So we make y the subject of formula. 2y is equal to, we subtract 5x to both sides. It's equal to minus 5x, right? Minus 5x minus 2, right? We need to find the value of y. It means that y will be equal to minus 5x minus 2 over 2. We divide both sides by the coefficient of y, right, to find the value of y. So now we are using what? We are using the second equation. Whenever we see the y, we put this value, right? So it's like 3x minus 5, the value of y, which is minus 5x minus 2 over 2 is equal to 17.4. This is the second equation we are using, right? So it means that we have to solve this this stage first before we go any further. It means that our equation be like 3x minus 5 times minus 5x, we get a minus 25x, right? Minus 5 times minus 2, we get a we get a plus 10, right? You get a plus here, the minus it's a plus, sorry. We get a plus 10 all over what? All over 2, which is equal to 17.4, right? So now our equation, we cannot solve our equation since it has a fraction in it. So what do? It means that we have to multiply the whole term by the lowest common denominator, which is what? Which is a 2. So this 2 is multiplying this whole term, right? Like this, the 2 is multiplying this whole term. So 1 into 2 is 2, 2 times 3, it means that we have 6x here. 2 into 2, it's 1, so it minus this whole term, which is 25x plus 10, which is all equal to 17.4 times 2, we get 34.8 as our answer. 34.8 as our answer, right? So now this is our answer. We then collect like term 6 minus 25. The 6 minus 25 is it minus 25? It's 6 plus 25. Sorry, 6 plus 25. It means that we can find the 31x here plus 10, which is equal to 34.8, right? Then we need to find the value of x. It means that we are subtracting the 10 to both sides. We are subtracting 10 both sides, right? So 31x is equal to what? 31x is equal to 34.8 minus 10, we get that it is 24.8, right? So we then divide both sides by 31 to find the value for x. So 24.8 divided by 31, we find that it is 0.8. We can either write this decimal to a fraction. Into a fraction, it means that this is just as 4 over 5, right? 4 over 5 into a fraction, right? Since we find the value for x, we can now go back to our equation. Then we solve for the value of y. We put whenever we see x, this value that we have here. So it means that here we are putting the value for x, right, which is 5 times 0.8 plus 2y is equal to minus 2. So 5 times 0.8 here, we find that it is 4 plus 2y is equal to minus 2. This is now an equation. We subtract 4 to both sides. Which means that 2y is equal to minus 2 minus 4. Minus 2 minus 4 we add, then we take the sign of the bigger number, which is minus 6 as our answer. So to find the value for y, we divide both sides by what? By 2. The value for y is minus 3. Now we can write our answer here. Our answer for the x was 0.8, or we can put it as a fraction 4 over 5, and our answer for y is equal to minus 3 here. We see that these equations, right, we can solve them by any other method that we can. There are so many ways of killing a cat in mathematics, so this is another way of solving this. So if you want to follow me, if you want to follow my maths tutorial, Kudadam